I'm Barbara Barnhart. I live in La Center, Washington, and I am thinking about my mom a lot these days because Mother's Day is coming very soon. And she was a wonderful mother. She had quite a few adventures in her life. And one of the adventures was a trip to Paris in 1930. She loved Paris. She walked every inch of it, and I've walked every inch of it since then, since she introduced me to a trip when I was about 13 years of age. Paris has a very special meaning for me as well. My mother had uh, this diary. Like I said, I don't know where she got it. It might have been from the steamship company, but it does have her name, Frances Weber, on it. And it says "My Trip Abroad," and it has all kinds of interesting things inside. But basically, she wrote about it every day in the diary, every day, 2 or 3 sentences with the date and her impressions of various things. On this one particular day, on September 2nd or 3rd, she said that she had gone to the Canard office to check on her booking to go back, and then she went to Galerie Lafayette, which is one of the department stores in Paris that I also visited and which still exists in Paris. And she bought herself the doll and a dress. And so those are the ones that I have brought today to share with you. So this has little buttons everywhere, little loop buttons, and all kinds of snaps and closures. And you can see it's pretty well worn, but the age has worn it more than anything else. I never tried the dress on until my mother passed away. We weren't allowed to, but I thought it was good time to see what it would look like wearing a 1930 dress. The French doll was the object of lots of champagne parties that my sister and I had when we were growing up. And her dress was beautiful in red, bright red. Her shoes had long gone. She had some pantaloons that are worn. And her face had not changed, though. It is a beautiful face. And it had the Clairvaux lips and the light blue eyes. My mother had blue eyes. And so it's a nice remembrance of her. But we used to sit down at the coffee table in the living room, and we would use my mother's champagne glasses, but pour 7-Up in them and pretend that we were in Paris with this can-can dancer. The small photo is a picture of my mother as a baby. And I think she's probably about 3 or 4 months old. She was born on September 24th, 1908. And she had cut this out of a larger photo. And I was able to find the frame for this. But I looked on the back of it, and she had written on the back, "Mommy." And she said, born Frances Weber Stewart. And she said, and then her birthday date on the back. So it was something that I just found recently in going through a lot of her things and so on. And so it was it's a treasure to me. And this was taken probably when she came back from Paris. She looks rather worldly, I think, in this one, having traveled a lot. And she and her roommate continued to be roommates for quite a few times, but she wrote somewhere in a story that in another journal that she had, that her friend Nisa had borrowed a coat without asking her. And she said, "I told her, never darken my door again." And of course, she did. They remained friends, but she was very, very adamant that she needs to be asked about ordering a coat, or borrowing a coat. So